I was still muted. I forgot that the... you gave sunglasses to the failure. It's the cool one.
I saved up just enough points to have it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, welcome everybody. We're continuing our amazing adventures of our lawful evil Asmodean cultists today. I know it's been a couple of weeks just with the holidays and all the craziness of the holidays, but we're back. And we're back in this dungeon that they were exploring. So why don't we kind of go around and give our kind of intros to characters and how they're feeling and stuff like that, as we've done, and refresh everybody. Let's start with Thursday.
Hi. Thursday is already very done with this place.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly so. She's had to have 2 naps already. And it's not going great. But at least, you know, she didn't get turned into a little ghosty.
That's true. She didn't get turned into a little ghosty. Good times.
Yep.
How about we go Vercel next?
Vercel has already almost died twice. And she is probably having a slightly different response in that she's like, okay, I need to kick butt of everything in here now.
Mm-hmm. Mishka, how about you?
Mishka is very tired of having to fight all of these things. Mm-hmm. She kind of she expected that they had to deal with things, but she didn't expect that her teammates would both die multiple times. So she's a little worn out at this point. Mm-hmm. She wasn't meant to be the fighter here.
So we last left off, you'd come upon this room in here, which was a secret room.
I built myself to be more of the fighter.
And within it, there were these sarcophagi. And you were kind of like, no.
Yeah, no. We're good.
So, where do you want to head to now?
I'm thinking we head back down and explore that other way we didn't explore. Unless that was a dead end and I'm not remembering correctly.
Technically there are 3 ways that we haven't explored.
Yes.
You're right.
There's...
Maybe we can go to the closest one that we haven't explored.
You haven't been over up here, which is pretty far away. You know you can open this gate here, because it alternates, and there's this one right here that you haven't been to.
Mm. Yeah, the last one was the one I was on about. Oh yeah, we can move the little men. Except real women, but like the little men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Boop, 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 boop. I really enjoy doing that.
Okay. So it goes all the way down to here. Ooh. And of course, goes off that way here. And that way right here.
I should open up my character sheet.
That is a good idea.
Probably.
Is there any way to close this little thing that pops up with the turn order thing?
You can X out the turn order thing. There's an X.
Only you.
Oh, I'll get rid of the turn. I'll get rid of the turn order for now.
Yeah, only the GM can. The GM controls whether the turn order is showing or not.
See, I keep forgetting that.
I had clicked on it and I had put it there by accident and just been stuck for weeks. I was like, is this me? What have I done?
When you need the turn order back, I'll put it back.
Mm-hmm.
When something new tries to murder you. I mean...
When something new does murder us.
Probably not.
When something new rolls
but...
3 19s against me.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. They really like rolling 19s against you.
We're unsafe here.
Well, I would like to see if I can spot any traps.
Okay.
Mm. They have made changes to their Roll20 sheet.
Oh, have they?
I haven't checked them, so they could have very well.
Very minor, but it's
Yeah,
making me have to click a whole bunch of things.
Ah.
That's because I always like to make sure everything is specialized settings to my liking.
Ah. You can roll perception if you wish, then, to check things out, then.
I believe I shall.
Alright. You take a look around. You do not see any signs of any kind of traps. God, English. This corridor seems like it hasn't seen a lot of use, even amongst the olden times. Like this was a minor corridor, maybe.
Oh, I'm like, why is my health so low? And now I remembered. Oh yeah, it's because we got our maximum health reduced.
Oops. Wait, I'll fix that. Oh, there you are. You were stacked. I'm trying to get you unstacked.
I was hidden.
You were hidden. I'm like, where the... Stop hiding behind Purcell.
Ooh, your connection to the server has been interrupted. Excuse me, Roll20?
Yeah, Roll20 is having loading problems for me. I think their servers are probably just a little overloaded.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was having a problem with it before.
Well,
Oh, now I am currently having a problem with it. My
Yep.
connection has been interrupted.
Mine is just loading now.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm good.
It's
Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm back.
Mine had that problem about 5 minutes ago, but
Oh.
it's fine now for me.
Yes, it's been revived.
Yeah.
Purcell, you don't notice anything different than what Mishka sees.
Okay. Oh.
Or, I'm sorry, Thursday. God, brain.
It's been a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I am not gonna leave because I'm not the tanky one.
Apparently your druid's the tanky one.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay, technically druids are supposed to be a bit tankier because of their animal form thing. But also, I built myself to be tanky. Things just keep rolling 19s against me.
Things roll well.
I have an AC of 17, but everything still hits me.
Just,
I'm
yeah.
chilling here at 14 and not getting hit very much.
Well, I guess I'm leading the way.
Heading all the way down to this
Yeah.
first place here. Okay.
And I am not just walking around the corner, I'm poking my head around the corner.
It's a small hallway, actually, with a kind of decorative arching brace in the middle here, in this area here, that seems to be decorated with what looks to be imps and other lesser devils. You can see. I can just copy and paste that. There's a door right there, across from you. So you can kind of like poke your head in here and see that there's this decorative arch here and this room that it opens up into.
I checked to make sure the imps don't have flame or other kinds of traps built into them.
Alright, roll me another perception then.
Okay.
No, you don't notice anything. They look perfectly fine.
I like how cautious we
Yeah.
are now.
Alright,
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
so you can see the room. This room here has this kind of actual reddish glow to it, as there's these stones that seem to be placed and are glowing with a red light on the walls. The floor has a massive symbol of Asmodeus done in red tile. You can notice on the back here in the corner are 2 charred bodies.
we should not come in here. I think it's unsafe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll a perception check now that I can see
Yeah.
into the room.
I'm gonna do that too.
Oh, I did no better.
Let's switch out. I can. Probably not.
You take a look around, and you don't see anything of danger that's obvious. Nothing that stands out in the tile work. It just seems like simple tile. And the bodies are just charred bodies, as far as you can tell. They're kind of like in an embrace of each other, kind of lying against the wall. Here, let me see if I can find corpses, and I can throw them on there.
Throw the corpses around.
You'd be surprised. It's like I'm going through some of these assets, and they're like, see, I can have a dead person. Oop. And here's another dead person. See, told you I've got dead people. Now you can see dead people too.
we have a 6.
Alright. Yeah, so it's just a couple of dead people. You don't notice anything that seems particularly odd about this room, other than dead people.
Does the room show any kind of like burn marks or anything that
No.
maybe something else came? Okay.
No, you don't see any signs of what could have caused the burning. They just seem dead. And toasty.
Very toasty.
Mm-hmm. And they're kind of like in this hugging embrace, as if they were like cowering together.
That's why I was wondering if there was anything in there that caused it or anything.
I mean, there's clearly some sort of magical gemstone type things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe something else came in and did that to them. Because why else would they be cowering like that? They would have to know something's going on.
Well, they might not have actually been cowering. It kind of looks like that.
Oh.
It's hard to tell.
Well, okay, I'm going based off of what I can tell.
Yeah, they look like they're
Also-
they're holding each other.
It could have also been some sort of ritual.
They seem
I
prepared
suppose
for
so.
it. Like they knew it was coming.
Exactly. Is that yeah, there's another door, right?
There's another door just across the way too, right over here.
I want to check this hallway first.
Okay.
Alright. I'll follow you down the hallway.
Yep.
Okay.
Very afraid.
It goes down like this, and keeps going this way.
My gosh, I was hoping that it would like connect up to like that other thing, but no.
The answer's nope.
Since this seems to lead off a little more, should we go back and check the other doorway first?
Fine.
I mean, I can check it if you
I
like.
agree.
If you're going over and checking this doorway,
Yes.
do that.
Look around, like, right there. Very
Okay.
careful.
Okay.
Stay away from the corpses.
I'm away, but,
Gonna open the door.
you know.
Yes. I'm afraid.
Uh-huh.
We're all afraid.
Alright. I noticed.
I'm gonna
We have very good reason.
Let me...
pop my head through and make a little perception check.
Alright.
Oh, I'm not doing good, huh?
You're doing
Alright. How about
fine.
I get closer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I also do perception check.
Okay.
We're just three of us poke our heads around this corner
Mhm.
through the doorway.
Just barely. Enough to see something, maybe. Question mark.
This room just seems to be some kind of empty chamber, currently not in use. There's definitely signs of dust and dirt and debris on the ground. The only thing that's of note is there is, it looks to be a crate. Let me grab a crate here. A half-filled crate of, looks like rocks right over here. Looks like maybe from some kind of excavation that was never moved.
Doesn't look dangerous, at least.
Doesn't look dangerous.
I don't trust that.
But there are it looks like 3 other directions you can leave this area from.
You know, I'm gonna be extra paranoid. I'm gonna pull out my bow and shoot the box.
Okay. Thunk.
Oh my god.
An arrow sticks into the box. You hear some like rattling, rocks rattling, but other than that, nothing.
Okay,
That's good.
I'll take the arrow back.
Yeah, you can see that it's like sharp, kind of obsidian rocks are just filling it.
I'm gonna have a little peek at this doorway.
Okay. This door looks to be locked.
Ooh.
Is there a keyhole we can look through?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Very tiny.
We could turn you into a tiny bug.
Yes, but is it worth that? Right.
This one, both these doors looked locked. This is an arched hallway that when you walk down towards that door, you could see, seems to just, it's, leads into a large room over here through 2 arches. This closer arch here depicts what looks to be armored, almost angelic figures, but kind of something strange about them. Something not quite right. And this one seems to depict one side, each side seems to depict one figure that seems to be some kind of large, very vicious-looking creature. And you can give me knowledge religion if you want to know
Yeah, I
more.
was gonna ask what I would have to roll to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did okay.
So, Vercel,
I am wondering why there are angels in a demon cult.
you recognize that these are Earnest, actually. They are effectively like a fallen angel. At least that's what they look like. The thing is, these archways don't depict color, and Earnest tend to have very blood red wings.
Ah.
So it does look like an angelic warrior, but they are like almost like a fallen angel. You do not recognize these over here, though. It seems something familiar, but it just... you can't quite tell. They seem like gigantic winged figures that are very, like, horrible looking.
Okay.
One on each side. And there's a larger chamber on the other side. I can just do... It stretches... At least tell it goes this far over. And then there's another archway right here, where it seems to depict other figures, but you can't quite tell what they are because it's pretty far off.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna wander on through.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's open. Might as well.
I didn't die by
Not
looking
quite.
at it, so...
Crossing it.
Yep. Count, brain.
Counting's hard.
I know, it really is. I think that's correct. Sure.
I'd like to think I have proficiency in counting.
You'd like to think, but you never know. Alright, so.
Well, she didn't die.
Yep.
Yet.
This room is filled with tattered banners. Each of them seems to have some kind of symbolism on them that seem to be some kind of like a symbolistic, rather than an actual like religious symbol, like almost a symbolized version of some kind of creature. There are a few dozen here, and on the center of the back wall back here is a banner that is a little more intact and has the symbol of Asmodeus on it. If these banners weren't incredibly damaged, they do look like they were made from very fine silks and such at one point in time. But they are very tattered and damaged. This one in the back is the only one that looks like it might still hold some kind of value, but it is also emblazoned with the symbol of Asmodeus.
Is there anything I might have read that might make me aware of, like, why these are things?
Sure. Roll me a history check.
Okay.
You can see that this hallway goes down this way, over here on the other side. So it kind of loops, and also it parallels this room. You recognize this room as it is... You aren't sure what they are, but you recognize that this place is actually giving a place to give thanks to the various types of devils. That's what you assume that these are. The banners represent devils as well, because Vercel was able to point out that these were Uranus's here. Is able to be like, well, then, you know, the archways also represent devils.
How about these archways?
Yeah. There's this kind of horrible, like, kind of half insectile creature, with, kind of like, almost like skin and bones. And the one behind it is even more like a giant, insect. With, like, mandibles and such. You can roll religion on those, then, separately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can recognize that this is a bone devil in the front one and ice devil in the second one.
Okay.
As I said, the hallway heads parallel and down towards the end here. You're not sure where it goes to. Therzy, what are you doing down there?
I'm having a look at the Asmodeus.
Yeah, it seems it's taken some damage. Obviously, age has worn it, but it's relatively intact. You only got some fraying at the one edge. It looks like some tattering. Again, much better shape than anything else.
Can I see if it has any little traps if I pick it up?
Give me perception.
Woohoo!
You don't notice any traps?
Well, I'm gonna take this off the wall then and put it in my pack.
Okay. You've got Asmodean silk. Wow, I said the word earlier and I'm forgetting it now. Look at me go. Banner.
Banner?
Banner. We'll go for banner. I think the tapestry.
Okay. Tapestry.
This is
It'll be good decoration for the cult.
Exactly. It's going up in the living room.
This is gonna have like
right next to the TV and coffee pot.
Yeah.
Go Asmodeus. Yeah.
Also, I'm down here. I'm also gonna see if this door is locked.
No, you don't see any signs of any kind of locks or anything on it. Just looking. Not any obvious locks, if it would be.
I'll give it a little push. Let's see if I can open it.
It seems not to easily open. Either it is locked or maybe stuck. You're not sure.
You can try shoving it, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, I'll through the door.
Mm-hmm. Gonna give us give some strength. Just roll some good old strength.
Where is
With advantage, right?
If you're both working together on it, yes.
Yeah.
Is it just me that rolls it? Or is it both of us?
You roll it with advantage
Oh, okay.
because you're getting some help. All right. You elbow into this door and it pops open.
Ooh.
The two of you almost kind of like
Success.
pop into the room, kind of holding yourself back as it opens up to this. There's a door down here, and it looks like an opening right here. And
So lost.
all right. So there is strange red stains on the ceiling, and in the corner, let me put this in here. We'll use this here. That's a good one. Oops. Come on, get larger. That's what I want. Right here is a fountain that depicts what appears to be some kind of actual dragon, maybe? Like a multi-headed kind of dragon-like creature, or maybe just multiples of them. It's hard to tell. Each one is spouting out this kind of reddish liquid eternally into the basin, which seems to drain somewhere.
I'm not a fan of those ceiling marks.
No, quite like that either.
It's like only the ceiling is stained, and it's just kind of this kind of darkish red, almost rust-like or blood-like stain.
Oh no. I don't like this room.
Maybe we should come back to it, like that other room that I was sat through.
Well, I'm fine with that.
There's plenty of pleasant rooms. Where would you want to go, then, if you're not going here?
We're going up here.
If you hold the... Yeah, you're going up to this one?
I keep forgetting to click on my character before I start moving again, and I just, like, switch between advantage, normal, and disadvantage. And I'm just like, why aren't I moving?
Alright.
Look at it.
A hallway
into
kind
the
of
room.
goes down this way. And at the end... There's a hole.
Ooh.
It's not a very big hole. But it's a hole nonetheless.
Can we tell if there are any traps in this hallway?
You could roll perception.
Well, Priscilla doesn't care, apparently.
Marcella's not encountering any traps.
This is more braver than us.
I mean, I'll go inside and roll perception, just in case.
Okay. We don't see anything. Looks like a pretty clear hallway.
Alright.
Yeah, I just imagine you're like, hold on, let me check for traps. Oh, it's probably a good idea.
Especially because you keep getting beat up and you...
I'm a little bit brazen. I
All right.
check the hole.
It's maybe like a... like 1.5 foot wide hole that seems to kind of go down for a while and then enter into some kind of like natural tunnel from what you can see. It definitely is much smaller than any of you could squeeze through.
Now the question is, does it look like a latrine hole?
I'm gonna give you a probable yes.
I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid.
It is a toilet.
Oh.
A latrine is a toilet.
Uh-huh.
See, I was thinking you were going to say some horrifying bug creature.
No.
I'm pretty relieved that it's just where, I take a shit.
Yes.
Maybe we should go back the other way. If we're not going to find anything here.
I mean, they might have something hidden down the toilet.
I'm not going down there.
You can't really fit down there very easily. Again, it's like, as I said, it's like maybe 14, 15 inches
everyone knows
wide.
I can do...
Oh yeah, that's right. You can mouse shape. Like, become a mouse and climb down there. It's like, no!
I don't think it's worth it.
But there could be toilet treasures.
Oh.
Yeah, what is someone going... What? Who's gonna
Perfect place to hide it.
Or someone could have dropped a ring or something. It is like 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old. I mean, it's probably relatively not bad now.
Still probably real gross, though. Who cleans that out? No one. It's a tunnel.
Probably just dump some red water down there occasionally.
Is safe enough to get there in water? I don't think so.
You don't know. You haven't tried.
Oh, that's what.
And I'm not going to. You guys, I will support you guys getting the water if you want to, but I'm still not going to.
Oh, I went through the wall.
Yeah, I could have put these on the, like, I can actually set it up that you can, like, if I build this properly, they could have been actual walls or something, but then I would have wanted to mess with dynamic lighting and stuff like that, which, which, I know, I've got
Do you actually have the Roll20 Plus or Premium or whatever it's called?
Currently no, but I'm thinking about doing it. I would want to do that if I was going to do a full, like, complex map.
Mm-hmm.
One that would hide stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, if you want to learn about mapping, hit me up and I will teach you.
Joe's been learning a bunch too because he got the premium stuff and he's doing it for his every other Sunday game.
Yeah, I've had premium for like 3 years now.
Yeah. Ugh.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well.
Blood room it is.
Do I have like? You know what? Grab rock.
Uh-huh.
Throw in.
Okay. The rock just kind of clinks on the ground a little bit. Then
You just see for sale. Idea. Run around the corner, like, run back, carrying a couple rocks, just tunk, tunk,
thump, thump, thump.
tunk.
Where are you throwing them at? Just into the room?
Different areas, like, maybe one over here, or one over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw one at this thing.
They'll kind of knock into the fountain. Thunk, thunk, thunk. No, nothing seems to react to the rock.
I was hoping that would be more successful.
Alright. Strange red ceilings above you, but nothing else seems to be in here.
Oh, that's relieving.
I'm gonna inspect this. I'm guessing it's Tiamat.
No.
I'm going.
You can roll religion, though. Eventually show up.
No, I was trying to find religion.
Oh. Yeah, you're actually not sure. Could be Tiamat, could be something else. They're dragon heads. You don't even know what kind of dragons they are, though, either. So.
Strange.
If you look this way, it leads to... there.
Yeah.
Another archway,
Sorry, guys,
another
no
room.
idea.
And so there's a room
No
here.
idea what.
And you can see a door across from there.
Yay! One less hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hallways frighten me, but now so do doors.
Everything is scary.
Yeah. I rob houses. I don't do this. Houses aren't creepy.
Let me know where that goes. Can I go over here?
Oh,
To check.
it's a room.
The religion check too.
Sure.
I want to see if we can find out what it is. Probably.
You don't see what's in the room right now because you're just looking into it, but there's a room there. You're not sure?
Heck.
I mean, if you could also give me an Arcana check. I would accept that too as a possible try to figure this out.
I have the same roll for that, so I don't know if it'll... No, it got worse.
You're just like, dragon.
It's a
Dargon.
It's a bad thing.
It's totally a Dargon.
Let's go.
Not a dragon, Dargon.
Dargon.
I'm gonna see if this door opens.
This one to the south?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
I was like going toward. I was like walking towards it, and I assume you just shuffle past me and check it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
At this point, Thursday is just like, I just check doors. This is my job now.
It goes down this far and has a passageway going this way.
Okay.
Alright, Vercel steps in.
Dang it!
Please give me a dexterity save.
Stop stepping into places without checking them. This is how we die.
Not terrible.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh no.
Wow.
Terrible, but it's not very good.
So a blast of fire fills this hallway, and Vercel just kind of like smokes and falls back. You took 19.
Gotcha.
So do you fire resistance?
I rolled 19 on 2d10, and you missed the
Oh
save.
my god.
What?
19 strikes again.
Do you do this to me?
It's roll 20. It's not me. Roll 20 hates you.
I blame you.
Perfect emote for this.
Yeah.
It fills the hall up to where the door is, so like, Therzy, you get like this blast of heat right in front of you, as then you've got like a...
I was like, I'll step into the doorway and check, but I step into the doorway and I get blasted by gouts of flame.
Oh, amazing.
I was actually going to check this time. It's just apparently one step is just
It was
fall backwards.
It was in the doorway.
I'm gonna grab
Someone should
some
probably stabilize me.
arms and drag you back into the room.
Do you even have like fire resistance or anything?
No.
There
Why do
you
you do these things?
I was going to check. I was just like, I'll step into the doorway. It can't be that bad.
No, I won't be in the doorway. I'll be down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We've got a
Like
slightly...
the thing is, I took one step and I'm like out of character. I like took one step and I'm like, oh, I should probably check first. And it was already too late.
It was already too late. Just like, I should probably... Oh.
Oh no. Yep, I'm gonna try and save you there.
Roll medicine?
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, no, you just see me like poke my head in kind of slowly, take a step forward, and just fly backwards, smoking.
Check the DC, I can't remember.
There was probably a buildup of gases in the room.
There it is.
I think it's just like 10 or 11 or something.
I don't think you're gonna want to go to work the next day.
Probably not.
Yeah. Seems like you might want to book the time off. After you've been roasted, eaten by bugs, and ghosts tried to take your soul.
You seem... Vercel is fine. Unconscious, but fine.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Also got some, burns.
Yeah.
We'll wrap them up.
Just like, just patch these up. You're okay.
Well, 1d4 more hours till I'm awake. Unless one of you has cure wounds.
I do definitely not.
Druid should have some.
I feel like
If-
I had a
Unless you didn't prepare it.
possibility, but can I pretend that I did?
Well, do you have spells left? I don't remember if you used them all.
Didn't we rest?
Short rest, not a long rest. So you shouldn't have gained
Oh.
back any spells.
But at the same time, I think all you did was use a second level spell, so...
I think so.
Oh, because you watch it. Yeah. So you probably still have spells.
Do I have the option to use Cure Wounds? Is that even something that I can do?
You don't have all your spells memorized, though. I don't think we upgraded those when you leveled, at least on your character sheet.
You're right. I keep not coming back to fix all of that, so that's my fault.
That's fine. Let's see here. As a 3rd level druid, if I can get to it in my falling apart character sheet here, you should have 4 and 2 for 1st and 2nd level spells, which is appropriate on your sheet, at least. I don't know how many you've used of anything. Probably not many.
Like, I know she used Speak with Animals.
But that was before the rest, wasn't it? I don't know.
I thought you used one afterwards as well.
Might have.
What did I speak to?
You might have tried to speak with something? I don't know.
You spoke with the cats, tried to speak with the bugs,
Yeah.
and then we rested. I don't think we've come across animals since.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Actually, if you want to keep it simple, you could just give me a good berry.
Do I have it?
Nope. She's got Thaumaturgy, Poison Spray, Shillelagh.
Good berry is 1st level spell.
She could also have, like, Healing Word or Cure Wounds as a 1st level, though, too. Because I think...
I feel like I did have that at one point, but I was like, you know what? Let me talk to animals. I think I really did just switch everything out.
Yeah. The reason I recommend a good berry is because eating it restores 1 point of health, and you only need 1 point to get up, and then you can just store them in later for later.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah, you could have 5 spells memorized now. So you can have up to 2 other slots. I don't know if you would have switched a bunch to 2nd level or kept, like, some 1st level stuff, too.
I mean, I don't know.
We could say you, when you rested, you memorized one of the cure spells. Which one do you want? You can have Healing Word or Cure Wounds. Healing Word is a bonus action and is ranged, but does less. Cure Wounds heals more. But it's touch.
But it's a full action.
And you have to touch someone with it, yeah. So that's the difference. One of them is like, you could get your friend who's like across a room, but it's a little bit of healing, or bigger healing, but you have to come up and touch them.
How much does it heal, like Healing Word?
I
Is
think
it vary, or?
Healing Word is 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is 1d4 plus 2 for you.
Here one's is 1d8, so it's basically twice as much.
Yeah.
Got it. I guess Cure Wounds is better.
So you can heal 1d8 plus 2 to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, let's take that.
And you can keep track of your slots remaining. I put those numbers in, so if you see your spells, how it says 4 total, 3 right now, that's because I need 2 and 1. That's how you keep track of how many spells you have. So the second number is how many you have left. So.
Got it.
Okay. So
roll your 1d8 plus 2.
Okay. 1d8.
So 4.
4.
So Vercel, you're at 4.
I tried.
But you are awake.
Yeah.
I don't like hallways.
Maybe you should have stopped walking into them.
I barely poked my head in this time.
You're right. Can we see if there's anything else that might kill us, or if this trap will go on again.
Give me perception.
Okay.
We shall also.
I'm gonna have to get closer.
I'm not gonna get.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be over here.
You, like, take a look and you're like, I don't know. So Jess, you take a look into the hall and you're like, oh, so that's where it's triggered and that's what it does. Oh, okay. You could attempt to disable it, you think.
Alright.
There seems to be like a trigger plate around the doorway. So roll me thieves' tools. They are used to disable too. You mess around for a little while with it, getting out your tools, kind of like getting into like this like in between the cracks of these like pressure plate, and you play around for a little bit.
Pry up the plate.
You kind of pry up the plate gently, mess around with the mechanism, kind of put things back, and then you're like kind of like from a just like kind of holding yourself back. You kind of press into it a little bit, and you're like, okay, it's good. You know, it's that kind of like you're like trying to trigger it a little bit without actually being in the hall kind of thing. You're just like, okay.
Take one of the rocks scattered throughout the room, throw it on the pressure plate.
Mm-hmm. Nothing
We're
happens.
just gonna have a
You're-
pocket full of rocks now.
You're just like, it's done. Tell me Undergrowls will show up and like be a halfling. Thank you, Neverwinter Nights. Anyway, look, my reference is old.
I'll take one foot in.
Nothing seems to happen.
I do also want to point out, like, dexterity saving throws aren't bad for me.
You didn't miss it by a lot either. It was one of those, you didn't miss it by a lot. And then I'm like, oh, 2d10, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Slowly wander through.
Alright. This goes. Whoops. Let me mark this down for you.
It's the first thing I've successfully disabled.
It goes down to here, and it turns back this way.
I am gonna do a perception check on this hallway.
Uh-huh.
I am not walking through anything now.
You take a look. You don't see anything. Looks safe.
Well, okay then.
No blast of fire, no arrows, no screaming other death traps that seem to be hitting you as you walk down the hall.
I'm not dead yet.
Yet is the key word.
Yeah, I'm afraid of every corner.
I think we should be, honestly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh. Again, I'm gonna roll me a perception.
Mhm.
I did even worse.
You rolled better!
Oh, did I?
No.
Oh.
I'm being sarcastic. It's the
I was
better.
so excited for a good moment.
I also have, like, my shield in front of me now.
Yeah, you're just like.
Can I also roll perception?
Sure.
Cool.
You don't see anything in the hall. These halls seem pretty clear.
These holes for now.
Mm-hmm. You haven't exploded
Can't roll
yet.
today.
Yeah.
This is leading us to something, and I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too afraid. Oh, I did much better.
Nothing seems to be in this hall. It seems pretty clear. Seems pretty safe.
This is gonna change real quick soon. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's gonna be one time I'm just like, oh no, I'm confident.
Or-
I want to check now.
Or it's gonna go into another latrine.
Of course, a latrine. That's what was hidden down here. More poop.
If it was, I would make you turn into a bug and go exploring. To find the
No.
toilet treasure.
You're gonna have to try to roll real high persuasion to get that right.
Okay, I'm running down.
Uh-huh.
Did you even check this hallway this time?
No, she didn't.
I'm going to. And I don't get anything anyway.
Boop, boop. It's a staircase leading down.
I was so confused at what that was. I was like, oh god, is something coming to kill me?
Mm-hmm.
You can go downstairs.
If I remember correctly,
You know.
I'm gonna say, wait, wasn't the lower level supposed to be more dangerous?
I don't know. What floor are we actually going to? I forget. Where are we trying to get?
We don't know. That's
Yeah. There's either something here
We don't
on
even know.
floor 3 or on floor 4. And you're on
trying
floor
to
We shouldn't go
find-
downstairs.
yeah. We're trying to find that amulet thing, which is either, you know, we have to find out where the head guy went, which either means, you know, we have to find that secret tunnel that he uses to escape, or somewhere near it, or technically, if anything, actually, question: what floor would his headquarters have been on? Like,
He had some quarters on the second floor, but those were just like simple quarters. You don't know exactly if he had any other places that were more private. The third floor down here, none of you ever entered into. Higher ranking members tended to come down here. You know, there was a lot of ritual down here, and it was built. The third floor was built to be more maze-like, with a couple of places that are useful, and then a couple ritual places. And really, the fourth floor was supposed to be like a very deep in it, but it was under construction. Last you'd heard.
yeah,
So, like, the place that was supposed to have the most, like, big ritual stuff was supposed to be in the floor below you. Eventually. But you can see that there
Okay.
was a lot of ritual to this floor, too. Just... Again, higher
it
ranking
almost
members...
looks like ritual experimentation.
Yeah. That might be best way to describe this level. Is ritual experimentation, where maybe different high-ranking members are doing different things in different areas once this maze-like area was built. Which again, you know, you found the secret through the secret tunnel you found your way into. You've managed to find the way downstairs. You're not sure where the upstairs were. You didn't find those that led up to the second floor. You knew there were actual stairs that led to the second floor. But they were
well,
collapsed as last you heard.
the fourth floor is supposed to be where the higher rituals were supposed to be, so perhaps this is our best way to go for now.
Maybe we can also check the other places before we do it, just in case there's anything important that we can find here.
The only thing I can imagine would be of importance is keys or something. At best, perhaps maybe some documentation, but I don't know
I suppose we
what...
can come back later.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to leave this way probably anyway.
You're right.
Alright. Why don't we take our break now, though, because you found your way down. And we'll come back. If you're going down to the fourth floor, we can switch to that. So if you need to use the restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, or anything like that, go ahead and do it, and we'll be back in a little bit. So see you in